Hi guys, here we are on the other side of the midterms. I did have to take a few days off to just recover. It was epic. Thank you anyone who joined Dave and myself for the coverage. It was fun, totally exhausting. It was so emotional dealing with all these things unfolding, and of course we have recounts in Florida. Too close to call. And Stacey Abrams was just robbed. Stagecoach, total robbery. You know, that'll go down in history. We'll see what happens there. So before I get into today's reading, I just wanted to give you a little recap on my tally here with all those races. I got a Jetta wrong. Emotional, you see, taking an emotional investment. What I got right was Bill Lee, Tennessee, Kristi Noem, Gretchen Whitmer, Kevin Stitt, Greg Abbott, Laura Kelly, Kevin Kramer, Jim Cooper, Mike Braun, David Brill, Connor Lamb, and Ted Budd. Not a bad tally, you might say, but I'd give it all up just to have been right about Beto. Oh. What an extraordinary thing. I did say, viewers, in my very first proper reading on Beto, he would come close but not get there, and then I allowed myself to keep reading and go, he might get over the line. It doesn't matter. Well, it matters, of course it matters, but in the sense he has brought 11 Democrats along on his coattails. None of them are probably as hugely promising as him, but he, because he was so magnificent and magnetic, has managed to really get 11 other Dems in. So this, of course, as I'm sure you're all aware, frees up Beto to run for 2020. So let's hope the Dems are ready for the new guard by then. That's another reading. Okay, today I thought we'd check in on Mueller, because, of course, everything still hangs on what Mueller's got in his safety box. So let's see, I'll do a couple of 5-carders trying to work out what's happening with Trump trying to get him out and what's Mueller's thinking. Let's see what we find out today with that. So, first of all, I think the first question is Trump still hoping to get rid of Mueller himself? Because this move, by putting in this idiot, partisan ratbag, Mark Whitaker or whatever his name is, apparently he's one of the worst lawyers in the world, and we all know he's only there because he said all those things that, you know, president's powers should be, you know, unending. We should really have kings in the United States. You know, he stopped short of saying that, but to Donald's ears, he was the man. But apparently, legally, he's an absolute Sesame Street character. He's just has no respect legally. So let's see. Does Trump still think he can get rid of Mueller? Does Trump still think he can get rid of Mueller? Let's have a look. Oops, no, just bad shuffling, guys, bad shuffling. Okay, let me bring you down here. Ooh. Okay. Yes, is the answer to the question. Yes. I was trying to work out 10 of swords, whose back was being stabbed with whose swords. I think the way the question was, I think Trump thinks he can effectively nail Mueller and get rid of him. I think that's his aim. The Queen of Wands behind this, I think, is the lingering voice of reason in the legal team. We all know the caliber of Trump's legal team has slowly gone downhill, well, rapidly gone downhill. It's like plastic surgeons, viewers. Remember poor Michael Jackson, may he rest in peace. Early plastic surgery was done very well, and then he started to look more and more, you know, like a gargoyle, because good plastic surgeons said, we're not going to do more, don't do more. And so he had to go to bodgier and bodgier plastic surgeons. And we all know where that ended up. And it's a bit the same with Trump's lawyers, because he only employs people who'll say, yeah, right, we'll go on for you. He's surrounded by very poor legal advice. But this card, the Queen of Wands, in this position, this is the last voices of reason saying to him, do not go for Mueller, because you will be done for obstruction of justice. Don't do it. And that voice of wisdom is looking backwards here towards the voice of wisdom. So that ship has sailed to a certain extent. So this is saying to me, proper legal advice that he is being offered, advice about the world, is being ignored. He's just going to go forward very rapidly, but this is also rapid news and rapid attack. The card is going from Trump outwards in terms of how I laid these. So he's going to just keep attacking Mueller. So the next question becomes, will he succeed or not? Now, don't worry, viewers, I am absolutely sure, outside of tarot predictions, Mueller is prepared for whatever contingency is thrown at him. He would prefer to work in a dignified space with respect and time to fully explore and evaluate what his material is, but he has been prepared for some time. But let's see, is Trump actually going to go the full Monty and sack Mueller? He's stupid enough to. Is Trump going to find? All right. Being held back, the GOP, 3 of Swords. Oh, there's Mueller at the end. Mueller's still there. Mueller's still there. Oh, that's interesting. All right, so working on the details. In the context of this question, the working on the details could be Trump's legal team working on details how to get rid of Mueller. I think, though, it's more likely to be Mueller himself working on details of how to survive this next little while. This is my GOP card. This is the card of the fantasy GOP. This is the gospel of the NRA. This is the rainbow GOP. Look, we are this perfect little Anglo family with our 2.5 Anglo children. And, you know, we're the real Americans. That sort of deluded sanctuary they retreat to is represented in this card. Now, broken heart, swords in the heart. I want to clarify, really, for that. And then you have Mueller himself. So, working on the details, the GOP, sword in the heart. Okay, clarify for this 3 of Swords, please. Whose heart is pierced? Oh, Ace of Pentacles. An opportunity. So, I think Trump is going to have one more big opportunity to sack Mueller. And I think he might take it. However, I think Mueller's going to survive that challenge. Because a caveat for me all readers read, even with the same decks of cards, we have different affiliations with different cards, different emphasis on certain imagery and so forth. With me, see the hedge here in the Ace of Pentacles, and I was taught many years ago, or read somewhere many years ago, this path through the hedge is an indicator of if you don't learn your lessons, you have to repeat the experience. And this is something that often isn't necessarily associated with the Ace of Pentacles. So for those of you learning tarot, I always see that gap in the hedge as if you miss this opportunity, you have to repeat the experience till you get it. Bearing in mind, this is one of the Hand of God cards and often known as Fool's Gold. So I just said Trump is stupid enough to do it. Fool's Gold, I think Trump's going to feel, oh, someone's going to say, you could do this. And I think he's going to go, yeah. But I think Mueller actually survives that attack. Now, okay. Our question next. The next question. I think the next question should be, it's hard to get a when with tarot, but we all want to know. I'll just try and ask, will we hear from Mueller before Christmas? Certainly hope so, but will we hear from Mueller before Christmas? Hear from Mueller before Christmas. Oh, please. Oh, not here. Sorry, darling. Oh, that's good. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. This is a wow, viewers. I suspect so, because on top of this is the Death card, with the trampling underfoot of the king being Trump, and the end of a huge cycle. Not that it's not the beginning of all the legal stuff, but it's the end of a huge cycle. The Tower, crash and burn, the sun beaming light. Okay, those three cards, by the way, are all major arcana cards, very big cards. And the fourth is a court card, the Queen of Cups, Princess Diana. All blessings to Princess Diana. I think there's a vast emotional release to the public. So I think we're going to hear before Christmas. I certainly hope so. People were sort of saying next week or last week or something. It all felt a bit soon to me. I spoke to Dave about that. He noted that I thought it would take a bit longer, maybe even into next year. But I'm very happy with that outcome. Okay, so I think the moral of the story, viewers, is take stock, be calm. You're going to need all your energy for the next waves of nuttiness, and it's going to be exhilarating and horrifying and exhausting and energy giving and all these things simultaneously or back to back. You know, it's going to be a roller coaster. So take your vitamin Bs, get into a bit of yoga, bit of meditation, dancing, good therapy. Get out and dance. Now, before I forget, I did an interview with KIRSTEN LANGSTON, Third Eye Champagne, about 6 weeks ago or something. We did some little readings together, and that was put up on Third Eye Champagne. Now, yesterday, she released the video of me being interviewed. So if you want to know a bit about my life, you can go to Kirsten's channel, and I'll put the link up on this video. All right, you won't be neglected for so long again. And remember, if you want a reading, get in touch. Get in before Christmas. The past life readings are fun. Okay, guys, all the best. See you soon. Oh, my little mousey. Bye.